Okay, yell, please.
Hi, this is Michael Hearn, round 5. I can't believe I almost just forgot what round it was. I only discussed it like 2 seconds ago. So, um, it's been a while since I've made like an actual like real life confessional. Like, I say real life, like I've written it down. We don't write things down here. Um, I mean, a lot has gone on. I received two, count them, 2 votes last round. I survived elimination, which is a new thing for me in Ascendance. I didn't do that last time, but I did this time, so that's pretty good. Um, Overall, I'm not worried about the longevity of me and Kim in the game because, like, I feel like JJ was a one-off where he heard a name and it was kind of like the last thing he heard, so he immediately went with it because he was desperate. So I'm not like worried there's like this big plot to get me out because obviously, like, the vast majority of people in the game saved me, so that's good. And I feel like the person that's really peddling my name was Jacob. And from what I'm hearing from Alyssa, he's going this round. So that's brilliant for me because I feel like I'm in such a good position socially. And with the duos potentially splitting up next round, like I think they are, then that leaves me in like a good position, like with everyone, including Kim. And I feel like Kim is very like outspoken and loud, whereas I'm not. So I think it's going to be different to see how we chart the game separately, because obviously I was kind of like, please Kim, don't be like making too many alliances, don't be talking to too many people, don't be like out there all this, and she kind of was. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all turns out, but I'm very excited for the rest of this game. I mean, I kind of had like a blow to reality that I'm not untouchable, and we won immunity, so nothing's like it's all coming up roses for me right now. Like I feel out of vote. I feel like I'll be fine the rest of the game. You know, I have a lot of trust in other people, especially like Alyssa and Amia. So I feel like I'm pretty good, which, famous last words, but I'm hoping that my predictions are correct, that I'm not like in danger going forward. So yeah, that's me.
So you are having a very similar arc to your first season where you came in second in the infomercial, then there was a double, then there was the Skittles challenge, but this time after the Skittles challenge, you're safe. Does that help you kind of get past any negative feelings from season two? Because the trajectory is changing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like more comfortable in the game itself. I mean, last time, I was ranting and raving about how I hated everyone in the game. So this time, I feel like I've made those solid alliances, and I feel like I'm being listened to. I feel like when I've gone to tribal, everyone's kind of gone and sought my advice out. So I feel like the trajectory has completely changed from season two. The only person that got me out last time was Shauna, and he was like a first boot. So yeah, I feel pretty good, as a redemption arc from season two. Like, I couldn't have done better because I've excelled in challenges, excelled socially, and people are kind of listening to my strategic ideas. So I feel like I'm doing pretty well, like to redeem myself from the clusterfuck that was Rise of Rome.
Okay, and so you're saying people are coming to you for advice. Do you think that there's any sense of that being because you're an alumni or because people know you and trust you or the bond you're making? What do you think is causing that?
It's not even like people were coming to me for like expect like what should we do, who should we align with. It's more like last time I suggested take out Logan, and that was immediately shut down. Like they wouldn't even listen to my suggestion. Whereas I feel like this time, people are like I'm saying something, and they're responding back, and it's like a back and forth strategic conversation rather than JG and Austin be like, no, we're not doing this at all. There's no way you could convince us. So I feel like I'm being listened to, and as an alumni, I think people do gravitate towards me, and maybe I've been able to excel more socially this time because I wasn't putting myself into I have to do this, this, this. I don't have a linear path throughout the game. I'm kind of zigging when I need to zig, zagging when I need to zag, and that's kind of what the core of Ascendance is. because the game changes so much on a round to round basis. You have to like roll with the punches, and I've been able to do that. I've kind of been like water in this game, where I'm, whatever hole I need to fill, I fill. So I can fit any box right now, so I'm feeling pretty good. I could go anywhere I want, so it's good to have options, and I'm glad that I've been able to be afforded options in the game, whereas last time I wasn't able to. Nicole, you here?
Oh my God, I just asked a whole question and it was so good. I worded it well and now I'm going to fuck it up. So in your project, Kim has mentioned maybe there'll be a newbie versus alumni split. What are your thoughts on that? And if it were to happen, where do you think things would shake out?
I mean, I'm hoping it doesn't, just because like if she's worried about this alumni taking over, then obviously I'm an alumni that doesn't exempt me from kind of her target. So I mean, I don't think there's going to be alumni versus returnee, just because like I feel like everyone in the game has like connections on both sides. Obviously, it's a duos game, so you're going to have a connection on the duo side, but the like the whole get the community is so it's tight knit, but it's big at the same time. So everyone's gonna have like interpersonal relationships already established coming into the game. So I don't think it's gonna be like a strict newbie versus, alumni alliance. I mean, if there is, then I think I'm social enough and adaptable enough where I can kind of work on both sides of the alliance and maybe slip through any cracks that need to be slipped through. But I mean, as far as I'm aware, there's no like plan to take out the new bears just because no one would do that. You're on mute again.
Holy fuck. Gee. Okay. So last time it was funny because as soon as I answered the question, you did those like you dabbed, and I'm like, that's a weird response to my questions. Okay. So saying that you can fit a lot of boxes. I'm seeing you in a lot of disparate groups with a lot of different people, not just duo on duo, but multiple duos or a couple of individuals from each duos. There's some overlap. There's some, individuals that are just unique. What box would you fill if you could choose? What would be your ideal path moving forward?
I mean, here's the thing: like, there's no way to predict how the game's gonna go on based on like pre-merge like dynamics, just because there's no jury. So if it was in my head, I feel like I'd go with Alyssa just because I feel like she has my back more. But then also I feel like I'd just go straight with Amir because I feel like Amir is likable, but he's been a target so many times that I feel like people will continue to target him, whereas I can kind of use him as a shield going forward. But I mean, I feel like that's a question for like a jury stage where I know the jury members and I know like what they make up. If I think someone can beat me, they're going. Like that's my mindset throughout the game. So I don't know like where I would go right now, but I mean I've done so much work like building the options that I'm hoping that when the time comes, I'll know what to do.
Okay. What are you going to do about Kim? That's just a general question.
What am I going to do about Kim? That is a really good question. I don't know. I feel like Kim at the start kind of relied on me wholeheartedly, and now I'm proud of her. She's coming to like a real play of her own. Like it's really good to watch like her develop and like learn to play the game. Whereas she's doing things and then asking me like afterwards to do the same. I'm like, okay, she's coming with ideas first, and then I'm taking the lead. So as much as I would love to go to the final two with her, if she continues this battle, I mean, everyone loves her. Like, everyone's starstruck by her. So that worries me going to a jury because, I feel like she's more externally likable than I am, whereas I take time to warm up to people, and she kind of instantly manages to like turn the pattern smile on and like smile. And then I'm kind of worried about her because she's so outspoken. Like I feel like her calling out JJ while it was an iconic moment, it certainly, didn't favor him in our eyes, and I think that was one of the main reasons why he might have voted us because we were most outspoken against him. So I mean, right now, as much as I would love to take it to the final two, like I don't see it happening.
So you mentioned, the kind of the call out and all the shakeup that went down. Is calling attention to herself a good thing to you if you move into individuals, or does it worry you that you'll still be attached to any drama she creates, even if you're
I
not a
mean,
dude?
I'm very worried that it would still like affect me just because like obviously we came in as a duo. It's like a well known that we are like a duo. That's the thing. So she's obviously going to include me in a lot of discussions. So I feel like it would come into a play where they would target her but not tell me. Like I see that happening. Like they would take her out and then I'd be like crying afterwards, like you took on my partner, you bitch. So I mean, I think she's lovely, and I think her calling people out is great. But it just turns into like a lot of attention on me, and I'm like a quiet introvert. I don't like a lot of attention, so I think that's just how I naturally react. Where I'm like, "Ew, get away, get away, get away." So I'm hoping it won't like affect us just because we didn't come into the game like as best mates. We were like strangers basically. So I feel like it would affect me, but not like enough to eliminate me over her.
I've been asking this question the last round. So there's been a lot of talk and speculation of when duos will end. When duos end, because we've already told you they will eventually. Who do you think is going to stick together, and who do you think will not?
Um, I feel like there's a lot of people in the game who would stick together. I feel like Alyssa would throw Beck under the bus, and I feel like Jabbar and Reagan would definitely not work together. But as far as everyone else, I can see them ultimately working together just because, like, they're, Bryce and Ellie are best friends. Um, Jacob and Kevin, even though they're going, are good friends. I feel like Jacob and Kevin would break up, but they're going tonight anyway, so hopefully. Um, so I don't worry about them. Amir and Amber, I don't see Amber a lot. Amber's not very like outspoken, so I don't know what where is Amber? Where Amir's playing the game alone as far as I'm concerned. So I feel like they would break up just because like Amber's irrelevant. Um, who else is left? I think everyone else would stick. Ali and Bryce would stick together definitely because they're like Billy and Vicky. I feel like they would stick together, but more of like a Billy's leading Vicky because Vicky doesn't do anything. So that's gonna take happen. And then Steph and Messalino definitely will stick together. So I feel like I feel the vast majority of people will stick together. But obviously, there's only one winner. So I hope they wake up and realize that, sometimes they might have to take out their partner.
Okay, classic question right now. Who do you trust the most?
Fuck, that's hard because I don't trust really anyone. Um, I would say Jabbar, just because like if you can sit there and chat shit about your own partner to me, that shows that you trust me enough to like tell me about any discussions. So I think we really like bonded like as friends. Like I've kept to him most. I talked to him the most. So I am feeling really good with Jabbar.
Who do you trust the least?
The least. That's a strange question because they're all sketchy bitches. So um I would say Amber just because like I haven't spoken to her like at all. So I don't have any trust in someone that I haven't formed a relationship in 19 days into the game. So I don't trust her because I don't know her. But as far as like actual like trust, I like the people I talk to. Billy's a sketchy character because he seems to know like all the gossip. He knows all the tea, but still will not give any information out. So he definitely worries me in the game. And I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, even though he made the blanket alliance, which is really cute. But I feel like he'd be like, look what happened. They just made this alliance and included me. What the fuck? When in reality, he was the one making it and orchestrating the entire thing.
Okay, and the best favorite question I have is who is in the best position right now, or about halfway through the game, who's in the best position to win?
Okay, so you are gonna laugh at me, and I think a lot of the viewing lounge will laugh at me. But Reagan, so she was at Pittsburgh and then avoided all the drama. She's a very smart person, deep, 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 deep down. And I think a lot of these players will go after one another, and she can just fade into the background. We even saw it like in real life at Pittsburgh. You know, they were all fighting and then running back and forth and whispering, whispering, whispering. And she was just like sat on the couch drinking her vodka like with her top off. So like I feel like that's basically gonna be her goal in the game, where she's gonna sit back. Everyone's gonna be like, we can get her out next. We can get her out next, and then she's gonna continue to go into the end and probably sit next to someone that's like irritating. So, I mean, I can see Reagan struggling socially, but I think the position to get to the end and probably win would be Reagan, which I feel like people are going to laugh at me for that.
I have no comment or opinion. All right, any final thoughts on round
Uh,
5?
Someone buy my plane ticket to Pittsburgh for the next meetup so I can play Ascendance in real life and look at people's phones.
We'll discuss that after I stop recording.
We'll discuss that.